What's going on, simps? The worst duelist here. So today we have everyone's favorite meta deck on the channel. We've got James here with dinos. So there's not really a ton for me to talk about. I am not really the biggest fan of pure dinos, but I figured since I don't have him on the channel and I don't have the deck on the channel, I could just throw it up here. I think he's got a pretty solid list as well. It's a good guideline, I think, for anyone trying to play pure, that is. So yeah, I'll just let him take it away from here, and that'll be that. So what's going on, guys? The worst duelist with my boy James here. We've always been playing dinos. We've never stopped playing dinos. So we're out here profiling dinos.
What I do?
Yes, sir.
A long time since structure deck came out, I bought all the cards, but not 3 of the structure deck because I don't know.
Like a shirt, so I guess. It's funny.
I played Pure, I played True King, I played Paleo, I played
all
the kinds,
yeah,
dolls, all the kinds.
We've been around the block with these cards, and that's the truth.
Best one, the best version, I think, is the Pure, which is what we're showing
right.
today.
Cool. All right. So also, just real quick, my boy is a writer. He does poetry. So if you are interested, I'm gonna link his website in the description if you like to read that kind of stuff. So I guess there's really not much more to say here, so we can just get into the profile. Yeah.
Okay. We'll start off. The most obvious card, 3 Soul Eating Ogre Raptor. It's your starter card. You summon it. You think so many combos you can do at Lost World on it. That just makes it really good. 3 of the best card in the deck: Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, Big Daddy Conductor. The reason this deck is good, you can run over things. A lot of people play 2. I think 3 is better. In case you need to get into a grind game with something like Eldritch or Dogmatica or whatever, it just gives it extra oomph. Pretty much the goal is make this guy break board.
You got a lot of grind game here too in our locals, so.
I do. 3 of the other best card of the deck that is at 3. It really shouldn't be at 3. Miscellaneous Source. Real bummed it didn't get a super in the new OTS. It really should have. Protects all your guys. Does banishing things from graves, summons guys.
Yeah, why is this a defensive card and an extender?
Because it's so good. It's so good. It has miscellaneous uses. 2 of Amador Archosaur. Got them right after they skyrocketed in price.
Very nice.
The card's real good. It searches your pill. You used to play Overtext instead. You don't need Overtext anymore. This is the guy. He did a lot to the deck, which is another reason why it is quite meta right now. 2 Baby Ceresaurus and 1 Petite Pteranodon. They do essentially the same thing. You pop them off of Animadorn or your other guys to summon your main guys. Basically, you want to summon Ogre Raptor off Baby. Petite is good. You can summon either a level 4, like Giant Rex or something, or you summon Pankratops off it, which is so good.
Yeah, it helps you go first, of course.
Yep. Giant Rex as a 1-of. You don't really want to see it. It's fine if you see it, because you can do stuff. If you brick, you can just normal him and swing over a Lost World token or something, but of course he is good for making the rank 4 plays, which is primarily why you play him. 1 Dino Wrestler Pankratops, because you can summon it off the Petite Pteranodon. It's also very good. It's a blind second deck. Getting into our hand traps, I do play 3 Joel and Lockbird. Disregard the mixed rarity.
Don't disregard.
I'm gross.
Flame him in the comments.
I'm absolutely gross. It's wrong. To me, Joel and Law, I'm still kind of trying this out. I debate between this and Ash Blossom. I think Joel is the better hand trap right now. Ash just doesn't do enough. There's so many decks that can just play through an Ash, like it's irrelevant. But if you drop Joel against like an Invoked Engine or a Dogmatic Engine, you drop Joel after Nadir or Meltdown or Terraform is really funny. You can lock him out of a turn and just kill him with Conductor.
Yeah, that card always ends turns when it's relevant. It's really fucking annoying.
It's just this format is really good. It just does more Ash. It's just not enough these days, which is sad, but it's so rare. 3 of the hand trap that I hate the most: Ciphering Gear Gamma, and obviously the 1 driver. I hate this card so much, but it's so necessary. I almost always open either 2 Gamma or the Gamma and the driver. It's kind of fine if you open the driver, honestly, because if you don't see the Gammas, you can still use them as non-diamond targets for fill. But it's such a good hand trap. It's so good. You stop his old, you stop Needle Fiber, you stop whatever.
Yeah, it's too good.
That's all for the monsters. I can't count, so I don't know how many. We're going to spells. 3 Fossil Dig. The fact that it's not once per turn is absurd. 2 double evolution pill. At times I've considered 3, but you really don't need it. You can search it off Animadorn. Again, it's one of those cards where it's fine if you open it, because you could just hard summon Conductor that way. 1 terraforming, because it's blind second, you can't really play Upstart, so you search the field spell, which is 3 Lost World. Lost World, to me, is really underrated. It both doesn't do anything and also does a lot. On its own, it's a dead card, which is why I've considered not playing the terraforming, but also it helps to extend greatly if you normal summon the Oviraptor, you do your standard normal Ovi, pop the token, save the token. It gets your combos going. The 500 attack gain is actually kind of relevant because you can help you run over stuff. Your opponent can't target things is really good as well, which is really good. It's fair to note that Lost World, because it's the stipulations around non-effect monsters and things, will actually have neat interactions with cards like Token Collector in the Bureau, because they either summon tokens or prevent the destruction of tokens, which is also really fun. You can trigger stuff off that way. It's good. I like it a lot. Draw power, 3 Pot of Extravagance. We'll see in the extra deck how we play with that. Big power spell, 3 Lightning Storm. Again, we're blind seconding here, so Lightning Storm just gets around everything. I've seen people play like things like Dark Ruler no more and other cards. To me, Lightning Storm is just better, because if you're going against a back row deck, you blow them out. If you go in against a monster deck, you probably bait out a negation that way and then proceed to kill them. And then 2 traps in the main deck, 2 infinite impermanents that might as well not be a trap, might as well just be a monster.
That tilts me to only play 2.
I thought about it. I had to make room for 3 Lightning Storm.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
Honestly, the thing well, it is really good. Because Pill requires a Dino and a non-Dino, you kind of want to capitalize on monsters that are non-Dinos.
For the hand trap lineup?
For the hand trap lineup.
Right, okay.
Which is why we play like the Gamma package as well. I tried out Valor, because Valor essentially does the same thing and is a monster. The problem is that Imperm is just so much better.
Right.
I hate that Valor is only in your opponent's main phase.
Power crap at this point.
It's good, it's just not as good. 2 Logia, and then subsequently 2 Evil Lord Dolka. These are primarily the guys you're making. If you cannot OTK or you need to, Dolka is kind of better in my opinion because it's not once per turn.
Yeah, it's really good.
So Dolka is really good. Logia is also really good. You only play 2 because of Extravagance. Typically, you only will make 1 a game. If you make 2 a game, you're kind of done something wrong. Dolka's is better. You can hit your opponent's negation. It's not once per turn. It's not even once per chain, I believe. So
no,
it's not. It's really good for that reason. When you're going for the OTK, you can stop things, negate things. And if you have to go first, you can make it. If you can't get the OTK, you make it for protection purposes. It's really good. Logias is better in certain matchups, which is why we play the 2 player. Your other 2 loves are 2 Link Kariba and 2 Secure Card. The reason these are really important is because you do need non-dinos for double evolution pill. In order to get those engraved, similar to how Invoked will go Almirage and Secure Guard now, is the same concept. You normal summon Animadorn. Animadorn does the thing to search the pill. Then you make Link Kariba, then you need Secure Guard now. Now you guaranteed have a Dino and non-Dino in your grave. So you can activate minimally Animadorn and Link Kariba to make Conductor. Ideally, you want to have other stuff like Giant Rex, but we play a bunch of 1-ups because the extra deck has to be something else. Abyss Roller shuts down certain matchups. There are times you'll make it over Dolka if it's more relevant. You have the extra deck space anyways.
Yeah, so you don't fucking need half this shit.
Same with Tornado Dragon. You make it sometimes. It's fine. Again, it's extra deck space. Pretty much except for the 2-ups. Anything else is really personal preference. And Nightmare Phoenix, who's pretty much Tornado Dragon, but not.
2 4s, yeah. Just any 2 monsters.
You just make any 2 if you need to pop some floodgate or something.
Yeah, what he meant to say was you turn it into Mermaid and you go full Orcus combo.
Absolutely. Spicy Dino Orcus. Well, good. A card that I actually do make sometimes and like Evil Storm Exoton Knight.
Yeah, no one's seeing that coming.
If you can't make conductor for whatever reason, you can still blow up the field. It hardly ever comes up, but it's pure comedy when it does. The comedy Gustavo, Super Dreadnought Gustavo. If you can't, you can easily make 2 conductors in this deck, either off of pill or hard summoning it. If you cannot OTK, you make this a main phase 2 and you kill them.
Pretty good.
Jokingly, of course.
Jokingly in time.
Jokingly, of course, obviously. So no. Siphon Lord of Mega, because you can make it off of Gamma Driver. Also, if your opponent is playing Dogmatica and they have the Maximus play and they make you send something, you can send Omega and shuffle stuff back. And the last card, I've never made it, but theoretically it's good. World Star Dragon. A lot of people play Access Code. Access Code's fine. It's a good card. The problem is, this deck you don't summon a lot of things. You don't make a lot. Even to get Worlds out is kind of a challenge.
Right, it's like you're trying too hard at that point, right?
You're trying too hard, but there are some things that Worlds can out that nothing else can. Specifically, the Blackluster Soldier Link.
Oh, okay, because you just gain his attack.
Right, yep. Okay. You gain the attack thing over Conductor. The one weakness that Conductor has is it cannot hit Link monsters. Because it can't bump.
Yeah, right.
So if you've got something high attack, even another access code, you can't swing over with Conductor. You can swing over with World. You have to go out of your way to do it, but it's the only way to outsert.
Right, it's true. That is actually pretty good logic.
Does the extra deck side deck is obviously very dependent on local meta and whatever, so that may slightly bias it, but we got 3 Nibiru, the Ruck. There's no need to explain it, it's just really good. So, yeah, I won't think on that. The deck just struggled a bit with back row, so we play 3 Cosmic Cyclone. Because 1 ulti I just like playing ultis, if I can get them. The Cosmic Cyclone I think is better than like Twin Twister. The ability to banish the Cyclone traps are just very good in my opinion. Like the Eldritch traps which float, can't float.
Yeah, it's pretty necessary.
Pendulum scales.
Pendulum!
Just stuff like that. It's better than Twin Twisters, and then of course the 1 Heartbeat Feather Duster. To again wide back row.
2 win button, yeah.
Typically what I'll do if I'm playing a back row matchup, if I'm playing some kind of monkey deck like Guru.
Says the guy playing the monkey deck.
You pretty much side out like Gamma Driver for these guys.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And it's just back row instead of monster direction. If you are going up against combo, 3 Dark Blue no more. 3 Solid Judgment.
For no.
So partially so I can trigger everyone with the mixed rarities, and partially because the 1 Ghoster. Because it's a Ghost second deck, I like to side things to plan on going first. So if I'm going first, I'll side out like Lightning Storm for it. It's more of a counter side against stuff like that. If I know I'm going first, if I lose a dice roll or I'm playing a deck I don't want to go second against, it's maybe more of a counter side. And then 2 1-ofs, we got Called by the Grave, because why not? And then Imperial Order is the final one, which again in certain matchups is just a blowout. Things like Pendulum or even like random Sky Striker that probably no one else has at their locals. That's all. That's yeah.
Any changes? Probably
Dino DNA. The only thing I'm considering, I haven't really tested the Dolan lock too much. I'm considering playing Ash instead. This is more generic. Other than that, I've been working and side deck obviously, depending on
yeah, it's just
metas and how things change and whatnot. But no, other than that, it's worked out pretty great for me. So
Tyranno go BRRR. All right, guys.
Yeah, Tyranno go BRRR.
See you next time.